What's good with it in the hood with it? Welcome back to the collective clips where you already know we get it in. But before we get it in, let's hit that like and subscribe button thing. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that the gun is kicking. And I appreciate the support, man. We're going up on this channel. It's all because of you. And for that, I can say I'm very humble. Let me make sure my cheese right. Let me make sure it's right. It's too expensive to not be right. You understand where I'm coming from? Bang. There it goes, right? Now trip out on this, man. You know, with the Shamurta cartel, the strength cartel, there's been a lot of videos made, a whole lot of videos made, man. And it's unfortunate that it had to go that route, but Big Boy is truly being
exposed.
And that's just how that goes, man. But there's a guy there that's being held captive. There's a hostage situation, gente. You know, Big Joe from the strength cartel, the quiet one, you know, the stoic one. The one who we don't hear too much people talking shit about. I have nothing, absolutely nothing bad to say about Big Joe, man. Actually, pobrecito Big Joe, I feel bad for him. You know, imagine getting bumped out of your spot by Wesley Watson, right? Imagine that. Imagine being part of a brand, helping your camarada, your homeboy build up a brand, right? A brand that is very noticeable by people like Pitbull, Wicked, rest in peace, Big Joe. I mean, these guys, even Cali fucking will eat your watermelon rind muscle, right? These guys are an intricate part into strength cartel. I mean, when you think strength cartel, you always think Big Joe. He is Big Boy's right-hand man. He looks like he's willing to get off where he's mad at. You know, it just might be the way he looks, all the wrinkles in his forehead or whatever. But I got to respect it, man. I know he's done time. I know he's a real one. He walked real yards, GP. Just did his thing. And he fell into the lap. No, did he? Not literally a Big Boy, but he fell into the strength cartel. Now, he's been with strength cartel for years. And like I said, man, he's a face that nobody would love, but he's there, right? And, you know, Big Joe's pretty quiet. You could see when Big Boy is vested in all these fucking shenanigans that he does, all these crazy things, falling, breaking ribs on the Tony Hawk half pipe, feeding watermelon to another grown man with his own dirty fucking stinky fingers, push-up contest with Joey Stacks. Hey, homie, I did two more, homie. Come on, homie. You're 270, so that doesn't count because you're 270, right? So all these different things that Big Joe's been witness of, I'm sure Big Joe sees a lot more behind the scenes, especially with Wesley Watson there now, than he wants to tell. And do you guys think that Big Joe is happy with all the fucking Sharmuta shenanigans? I don't think so. I don't think so. Big Joe doesn't strike me as the type of individual that would be happy. But Big Joe, if he ever wanted to start his own brand, I think it would blow up. But he needs to distance himself from Wesley, Montague Watson, and fucking Big Man Chichis. Because if he does not, if he doesn't get away, if we don't hashtag free Big Joe and get him up out of there, what's going to happen is his ship is going to sink along with these guys. Do you see? He's going to be a part of whatever bullshit they got going on. And it's unfortunate because he doesn't strike me as the type of character that plays a lot, that wants to be a part of that. He looks like a good homie that just wants to chill, man, work out, you know, build a brand and make some money. And I ain't mad at that. Who could be mad? Would you be mad? I wouldn't be mad, right? But he knows a lot. He knows all the details of what's going on. He knows all the pettiness, all the bullshit. And he doesn't look too happy. And a lot of the videos, if you watch them on Big Boy's channel, you'll see that Big Joe is always to the side and he looks upset. You know, I seen when they walked in to buy watermelons on that video with Cali Muscle when he was feeding them in the parking lot and Big Joe was fucking his up with Tajín, a real Mexicano, right? As soon as Big Joe walked in, he was like, oh, hell no, right? I mean, I heard it. I was too busy looking at the chick's ass in the video. I'm just being real, right? But that was the first time I ever seen a woman in a video with these guys. And she was just an innocent bystander shopping, right? Now, I'll tell you guys this. How do you think Big Joe feels? How do you think that he feels that he helped build this brand? And he did. He did, man. He's known, you know, for helping. And all of a sudden, Big Boy sticks his hand deep up into the crevice of Wes Watson and gets stuck there. So now he's so stuck that him and Cali fucking Sharmuta Muscle, you know, Chuck Basher, they bashed their way over to Florida. Big Boy now lives in Miami, Florida because he wants to be right next to his papi, Big Wesley, right? So now that means Big Joe has to leave his Southern California roots and uproot everything and go over there and chill out in Florida. Or eventually what's going to happen is he's not going to be seen in a lot of these videos. And they're just, and I think Big Boy would just forget about him. I think Big Joe is going to be the next casualty of the Sharmuta cartel. I think Big Joe eventually is going to be outcasted But imagine how it feels to be the right-hand man of Big Man Chichis from San Clemente, right? And then all of a sudden, you're not that guy no more. You're still the right-hand man, but now you're further down the ladder than you once were. Because we always knew, man, at first it was Rich Piana and Big Boy. And Big Boy's fucking head was up Rich's ass so much that Rich couldn't even fit a fucking other turkey leg in his throat, right? Because there was nothing but fucking head and shoulders up his ass. Because Big Boy was right there, like, he was there like,
hey, homie, it smells like, it tastes like turkey in here, right?
And Big Joe was cool with it, you know, being that odd man out. But then all of a sudden, when Rich Piana passed, rest in peace to Rich, you know, Big Joe became the right-hand man. Every time Big Boy is involved in anything, Big Joe was there. Do you guys remember when when Big Boy ran up on Joey Stacks and Joey Stacks allegedly pulled out a piece, right? Big Joe didn't give a fuck. He was willing to get it. Maybe, maybe not. But he was there, right? Always has Big Boy's back. But does Big Boy truly have his back? That's the question. Or is he just trying to look at his back? That I don't know. At this point in time, we really don't know. But one thing I know for sure is, imagine how it feels being Big Joe, knowing that Wes Watson has came in and stepped on everybody's toenails, cracked everybody's shit. He's now the final boss. He's now the guru. He's now the jefito, right? And Big Joe is on the back burner, bubbling like a pot of rice that no one's going to eat. You understand? Because now you got Wes Watson, the final boss, the dungeon master, right? And then you got Big Boy, his sidekick, his Yoda to the Luke, right? And then now you got fucking Big Joe. And he's not even the Han Solo. He's the Wookiee of the crew, right? And you guys all know Chewbacca didn't get no airplay, right? Chewbacca was just there, here, hold that gun, shoot these motherfuckers. That's it. So Big Joe, man, we need to start a petition to hashtag free Big Joe from the Strength Cartel, because I feel he's trapped. I feel he's trapped by a group, man, that he truly trusts, but he really definitely knows a lot about. Now, again, man, Big Joe seems to be the only normal one of the bunch. Have you ever seen Big Joe feed another man with his hands? Have you ever seen Big Joe fucking try to fucking skateboard and fall on his stupid ass face? Have you ever seen Big Joe go to a lasagna eating contest and tell the fucking waiter that you don't like lasagna? I mean, we've never seen any of these things, but we've seen all these things happen with Big Boy and, of course, Wes. He's phenomenal. In fact, let me tell you guys, I was scrolling just a little while ago, and this is fucking nuts, right? And I would put the clip up, but I think that this little kid, Jack Doherty, would get me, right? And report me. But there's a clip, and you guys can find it easily. It's a short, right? Of Jack Doherty. I don't know if you guys know who this kid is. I heard he's in trouble, losing all his money and his YouTube fame. Whatever. He got money however he got money. I don't know, right? I ain't knocking him, but it is what it is. First of all, I want to know what a young man that young is kicking it in a room with Wes Watson for with his shirt off. Anyways, Wes Watson tells him in the short to take his shirt off. Take your fucking shirt off.
Hey, man, take your shirt off. Hey, let me look. Hey, man. Hey.
So he tells him to take his shirt off. They're going to do a superpose down. And in the midst of this short, right, the kid takes his shirt off. And I say the kid because, I mean, he's young looking. I don't know, right? But he takes his shirt off, and Wes Watson immediately puts his finger on his belly and says, oh, you need to shave that. Look, he has a little peach fuzz right there. You need to shave that, right? He just wanted to touch him. He just wanted to point to it. Then somehow or another, pubic hairs come into play. He starts talking about pubic hairs. The guy's just flexing and trying to act tough, and Wes Watson's talking about pubic hairs and whatever. And then Wes Watson goes on to tell this man, straight up, and Big Joe, I know Big Joe's going to watch. He's probably going to be ashamed of this. But the man goes on to tell this youngster, hey, man, you need to get blasted. Because the kid says, hey, should I get tattoos? He has no tattoos. And Wes Watson's like, yeah, you need to get blasted. I'm a 40-year-old convict. I stay winning. Blasted. Then he goes on, and everything's good. If he wants to touch on a young dude, that's on him. You know, at the end of the day, it's not cool, but whatever, right? It's consensual. But at the end of the day, at the very end of the video, the last 2 seconds, Wes Watson can't help himself. He's an habitual liar. What does he do? What does he say? He tells the youngster like this. Yeah, man, hey, you need to get blasted. Yeah, I started on my neck, getting my neck blasted when I was 14 years old.
A butcher.
I've actually seen pictures of Wes Watson when he was younger, man, with nothing but a WW here wearing a thong. That vato did not have no tattoos nowhere near his neck. Why does he lie? Why does he continue to be a habitual liar? And he is the big boss of the Sharmuta cartel now. Big Boy, get the fuck out of the way, stupid, right? Because Wes took that over. And where does that put Big Joe?
On the outside looking in. He'll be waiting there till then. He's on the outside looking in.
He's over there getting his Jeeper Creepers on, looking like a fucked up Freddy Krueger in the background, getting no airplay, no radio waves, right? It's because Wes Watson pushed him up out the way. So we need, as gente, as raza, to look out for our people. Now, at the end of the day, I understand that Big Joe's brown. So I'm going to support him to the fullest. But not only because he's brown, because I believe he's a good dude. There's a good dude hidden behind that fucking handkerchief, right? And I believe that he truly believes in what Strength Cartel could have been or what it should have been, which was something to help the people and a brand they were building to make a little money, right? He was trying to make some money. But imagine how his money has diminished now because Big Boy wants a Bugatti, homie. Big Joe, you better stick to driving around Honda Accords because Big Boy needs him a Bugatti, right? Wes Watson got him one. Why can't Big Boy get him one? So meanwhile, Big Joe took a drastic pay cut. He's over there just chilling, wondering what the fuck just happened. I'm going to tell you what happened. Wesley, Montanu, Mateo, Devontae Watson jumped all up in the seat, and now you're in the back, bro. There's no more riding shotgun, ese. Straight up. Them days are over. You know, Vatos done picked up and left California on your ass. They left you over there in Gold's Gym with no gold, humps. Straight plata, right? Nothing. Silver. That's where you're, you know what I mean? Let me tell you guys something. I believe Big Joe is a hostage situation over there in Strength Cartel. And if Big Joe was to get away from these guys and start his own thing, he would be given a lot of respect, you know. Imagine how a Vato must feel that grew up in the barrios, grew up around real raza, gente, poverty, people that really never had nothing, and yet he's kicking it with a fat fucking failure who's actually charging people $3,000 for a 5-minute conversation before they even talk about push-ups. You know, and if you have someone in the background, they're cutting you off because they think you're recording it like it's some spy shit. It's a fucking dip and a push-up, dummy, right? It's back that ass up. Oh, you look good. Let me back that. That's what it is over there. And it's crazy because I could tell Big Joe is confuzzled. He's confused. He's in a situation where it's like, fuck, bro, do I stick around or do I jam? You know, and now with them being exposed on every channel on fucking the internet, you know, I see people talking about Cali got no hustle, fucking lost all his muscle, right? I see people talking about Big Boy, Big Man Chichi, fucking Johns, right? Jake Johns. I see people talk. Wes Watson, I mean, he gets it because he's got it. He's got it, says he gets it. And Wes Watson is running around in these gyms with all these grown men sweating, clowning, talking about how no one could ever be on his level, including them. But they're not bright enough to see it. I believe Big Joe is. I believe if Big Joe started his own thing and got away from this crew, he can make it, man. He can make something out of himself. Now, how loyal is Big Joe, not Big Boy. Big Boy, you ain't going nowhere.
You're not going nowhere, homie.
How loyal is Big Joe? I believe he's very fucking loyal. And I respect that about him. I respect that even through all the shenanigans and the Sharmuta shit, he's still sticking strong with his people, right? But we all know Big Boy has his credibility is shot. He's in a situationship with Wes Watson. So at this point, Big Joe, he's lost that, right? So who's gonna be loyal to who longer? You know, I believe Big Joe's the type, man, he's going to ride it out to the honeycomb, hide it out. He's going to stay long, man, with Big Boy all up in his pocket. And Big Boy's going to end up bamboozling him and turning his back on him for Wesley Mateo. And I just believe it's so. It's coming. So I believe, man, we need hashtag free Big Joe. We need to get Big Joe away from that shit because he's going to be a casualty of war. See, even in prison, when you have guerra, you have a riot, a melee, whatever, sometimes there's casualties. Sometimes there's that dude who just works in the law library that's really not affiliated walking by and he gets blasted because he's fucking the wrong color, right? He's called a casualty of war. On the streets, there used to be drive-bys. Innocent people were getting hit, man. And Vatos were like, damn, do you feel shame, bro? You shot a fucking 9-year-old. Damn, bro, what's up with that? Casualties of war, homie, right? That was always justification. I believe Big Joe's going to be a casualty of war because he's hanging around with the Sharmuta cartel and he's now ingrained. He's one of the heads of the snake. He needs to cut his own off and wither up out of there, straight up, shed his skin and do his own thing because Big Joe's a righteous dude. And we clown, we have fun. I'm sure a lot of people have called him Freddy Krueger. I don't really like to call him Freddy. I like to call him Jeepers Creepers. He's more of a Jeeper Creeper to me, or he's more of the boogeyman, right? You know what I mean? He looks like the boogeyman. But I'm gonna tell you right now, man, Big Joe's very intimidating. That nose, that stoic look, them eyebrows. The Vato looks like fucking the mascot for the Washington Redskins, right? You don't want no smoke with that individual. He looks like he'll bite you or something. You know, he'll tear you up. So Big Joe, though, on the other hand, man, is very loyal to Big Boy. And I think all the shit that Big Boy puts him through, Big Joe don't want to be a part of, but he has no choice. Imagine having a boss that's a dumbass. I've had one before. You know what I mean? Just a straight stupid ass. You know more than he does, but you can't tell him shit. You know the type of motherfucker that's a manager at McDonald's and doesn't even know how to run the fryers? Come on now. He's like, we got to make chicken nuggets. Everyone get out. You make a chicken nugget, bitch. I don't know how to, right?
I said you make a chicken nugget, bitch. Right?
Straight up. Over there, man, the only one being made to look like a chicken nugget is Big Joe. And it's unfortunate, man, the situation that they put him in. You know, imagine he has to be in the same room with Wes Watson. Do you guys honestly think Big Joe appreciates or supports and respects Wes Watson? Who would? Someone who throws money in people's faces, clowns and bullies people, talks shit about people. If you don't have muscles, you're a bitch boy, right? That's crazy. That's hilarious. But at the same time, it's unfortunate that someone could walk around such a narcissist, man. And Big Joe has no choice but to be around him because his jefito, his boss, or maybe we'll just call him his friend, right? But literally his boss within the cartel, the strength cartel, has joined forces with Wes Watson. This man actually has to wear another man's initials on his chest because his boy's doing it. I'm going to tell you right now, if my homeboy came with a Pink Panther suit on, he's on his fucking own. Straight up. Hey, homie.
Hey, get your fucking ass out of here. Right?
Straight up. I'm not going to be involved in that. Anyways, with that being said, man, what do you guys think, man? Should we hashtag free Big Joe or should we leave him with the Sharmuta cartel? Because he knows all the snake activities, so that must mean he's a part of it. I don't think he is. I don't think he is. He's a casualty of war, man. It's a situation where he has to be around these guys, but he doesn't look happy. And I can show you several videos where he doesn't look too happy, man, where he's like, oh, hell no. But it just is what it is. You know, I've been around homeboys that were all smoked out, tweaked out. I'm like, damn, bro, I don't even want to be around here. He's the homie from the hood. I'm loyal to him. The cool part is I'll die for that vato, right? I fucking put in some work. Not the type of work that the Sharmuta cartels likes to put in, but different type of work, right? And I'm just ashamed. I'm confused. I'm ashamed, and I'm offended, right? And I feel Big Joe's the same way, man. So I wanted to give him his flowers in this video. Big Joe's a solid homie. You know, Big Joe's solid, and regardless of what you may think about him and his affiliation, because they say birds of a feather flock together, right? And fly pelican. He needs to fly his pelican ass up out of there because he's going down with a sinking ship. You know, these guys have lowered their rates. It's so bad. They've lowered their rates on how much people they're going to scam. You know, it went from fucking 30,000 to 3,000 overnight. It's crazy. Everyone's figuring it out. I haven't did a deep history check on Big Joe, man. But from everything I see, he reminds me of a good homeboy, a solid homeboy that's like, hey, bro, I'm going to fuck with you until I can't fuck with you, you know? So anyways, what do you guys think? Do you guys think Big Joe, man, is just caught up in a situationship with these guys? Or do you think that Big Joe actually is part of the snake cartel and knows everything that's going on and doesn't give a fuck? I don't think so. I think Big Joe's solid. I think he's cool, man. I think he's just one of those loyal homeboys that's going to ride with his people to the end. And I honestly think Big Boy's afraid of him. Really. And that's why he'll never turn his back. I don't think Big Boy will ever tell him anything. I think Joe will leave. And Big Boy's going to be like, what been? Right? What happened is he fucking got tired of you sucking on that fucking dude's chichi over there, right? Wes Watson. Anyways, with that being said, man, this is just something I want to put out there. I see all these videos being made on Cali, the hustle, no muscle. I see all these videos being made on all these different guys, but no one ever talks about Big Joe. He's like the quiet one in the back that no one notices. Well, I noticed. And I think he deserves his flowers, and I think he deserves to be told, man, hey, bro, get the hell out of there. It's all bad. You don't think so? Man, I know so. With that being said, thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive for what I truly believe in. That's the betterment of all people. I dropped a banger over there on Gunners Collective TV. Make sure you guys go tap in. Thank you, guys. The supers will be coming up this week, man. Merry Christmas to all you people that are out there, man. I know you guys are busy this weekend. I know you guys are busy this week with your familia, man. Enjoy the blessings with your family. Just like Dub says, man, tell the ones you love them, man. Definitely, you never know when it could be your last one. So enjoy your time. I'm going to enjoy mine. With that being said, I'm out. Hey, free Big Joe, man. For reals, though.